Fingers crossed.
I know.
So, in theory, we're live.
Oh, shoot. My people already had to wait an hour and now we're late. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Hey, everyone. Welcome to our live stream. If you can hear us, please let us know. We're having some technical difficulties. If you're in the chat and you can hear us, let us know. I think we're here.
Yep. Yes, on YouTube. So hopefully, I want the commenters to tell us though.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Now, as you guys say hi, I should be able to see comments. I can't see anything yet. I'm Sketches.n.Scrubs, obviously, and we have Miranda Watson from Alkali Creek who's joining us as well for a live stream. Sorry for all the confusion with like the time difference, everyone. Our bad. One of the joys of trying to stream together from across the pond, but we're here now. Just want to see. I can't see the comments.
Yeah, I can only see them over on YouTube, which is inconvenient because there's a huge lag over there. Shoot.
Oh no. Let me. I'm going to try and change this.
Hi, Deb. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Kathy. Hi, a watercolorist and Moody. Moody and the artist. Blanca, Anna, hello. Annie and Diane, yay. Astroglial. I'm not sure how to say that.
Astroglial.
Astroglial.
So, hey everyone. So, give us 2 seconds. Oh, there's so many of you. This is amazing. So I can't see the comments at the same time, but you can hear us loud and clear, which is good.
Welcome to my channel. She says she's new to my channel. That's awesome.
Welcome. So probably what we may have to do is continue with the live stream anyway. We just won't be able to, you know how normally or sometimes I can have people's comments pop up on the screen. I won't be able to do that.
Okay.
But we will see it, we will read it out loud, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Because I think, StreamYard isn't going to let us do that.
Interesting. I wonder why.
I don't know why. The alternative is, in terms of like troubleshooting live, the alternative is that we come off and we go again.
Oh.
I mean, we're all set up now in theory, but took us a while.
I'm delighted your gouache didn't mold again. Me too.
Awesome. So I'm happy with either one. If anyone has like any strong opinion on it. So essentially the issue is that YouTube still thinks this live stream is private for reasons unknown. So the only way to undo that so that we can all see each other's comments is to create another live stream that is public straight away. And then that way we'll be able to see the comments.
I wonder if we'd lose a bunch of people or if they'd be able to cross over.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Very good. We're just handling this live stream.
These are the Sarah Burns gouache brushes to answer your question, Blanca. And they were a gift from a very generous viewer friend.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes, I love them. And I'm not having the trouble with these that I'm having with the Lindsay brushes. So that's been a bonus. These seem very, very well made in comparison. Even though it's the same company, I don't get that. But
really, what happened with the Lindsay brushes?
They are loose. They have loose ferrules and they have like hooks. I have a couple here. So yeah, the ferrules are loose. And then like the brush, I don't know if you can see that little hair that's sticking out. There's a couple of weird little hairs. And then the little round has a weird hook at the end. That's not it. That makes it hard to like to use because it just has a weird hook.
Yeah, that's such a shame.
I still love like the feel of them. They paint out really nicely, but those few small details make them less than ideal to paint with.
Mm. I'm glad that Sarah's ones are great though.
Me too.
I'm surprised because Lindsay's very, like good and particular, but then again, there's only so much control one can have over manufacturing. But actually, I think shall we just try to stay on, seeing as everybody's on? We'll just
Yeah.
read the comments as we go. I've done it in split screen, which hopefully will work.
Mhm.
But just to say, I'm sure most of you know Miranda Watson, but she has an awesome YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked her out, then definitely be sure to do that. I've linked her like channel on the description as well. But yeah, she's absolutely amazing. And she's actually the one who's taken this beautiful reference photo that we're going to be painting today. So I've linked it down below in the description as well. In
Yes,
case
you guys are welcome to use it. It's like paint with it, share it, sell it.
especially in case if you guys want to paint along, then feel free to do so. And I will flash it up on the screen now. I'll try. Yeah, okay.
Look.
So that's the reference photo.
There it is. There it is. That's so pretty. Yeah, so this is called the Crystal Mill, and it's a really famous place in Colorado that a lot of people travel to specifically, and it's near Marble, Colorado, which they mine marble out of Marble, Colorado. So it's a famous place in and of itself. And yeah, it's just a kind of a tourist destination, but you either have to hike or have four-wheel drive to get there. I have a cat that needs out and she knocked the door shut. I'll be right back. Okay.
Hey, everybody. I am really glad that you guys are all here. I know normally I pop up your message so that you can see that I've read it, but this time, Blanca, Astroglio, Moni, Marit. Hello. Hi, Carrie. Welcome from London.
Good. Yeah, I should contact. Contacted Craftimo once about Lindsay's brushes, and they gave me like $15 back.
What?
Said to
How's
tighten
that?
the ferrules.
Are you serious? Why didn't they just send you new brushes?
They offered to send me new brushes, but I told them I was afraid they would have the same problems, and they're like, "Okay, we'll just refund you." They said a good portion of your cost, and out of the $60 or $65, I think it was 60, they refunded $15. I was
That's
like,
ridiculous.
thanks. That's nice of you to be so generous. But
that doesn't make any sense.
At that point, I thought I only had loose ferrules. I didn't realize that the hooks and the strands on the brushes would be all wacky. So I do need to contact them again, just to let them know. I mean, at the very least, you've got a bad batch of brushes here. It's time to take a second look at them.
Yeah, especially if it's not like a batch, if it's a production issue. But my impression is, if does anyone else have those brushes? Anyone else had any issues? I I haven't got the brushes as of yet. I must admit, like my first love is paint, my second love is paper. So brushes always like falls quite down, quite down on the list. So I never quite, I guess, invest in them as much as I should.
Yeah, I love brushes. Like you said, good ones. And someone asked about good brushes to start with. I think that was you, Blanca. Princeton Aqua Elite.
Yeah,
seem to be really good. So I would go with those.
Yeah, for watercolor, they're my go-to. They're certainly they look like, where are they? This. And I wonder, Catherine asked me the same question. I need to reply. But yeah, so the Princeton Aqua Elite are like, for me, really affordable, versatile brushes that do everything that I want them. And I have around size 8 and around size 12, which I think I've dropped on the floor.
Nice.
Standard life procedure. Yeah, so here's my 12. You can see them okay. So yeah, they're a good enough different size apart for me to like be able to do almost everything with these two sizes. And only recently I like branched out to getting more brushes, and that was because Paint in Hiding, who also has a YouTube channel, um
V.
gifted me some Rosemary and Co brushes. I was like, oh, these are really nice, but they have like different shapes. But what I've heard and been told and recommended many a times is also that the silver black velvet, want to say black
Silver.
velvet silver brushes, something like, yeah, that they are also very very good. And I think that they are softer than the Princeton Aqua Elite, so perhaps it depends on what you are doing with them, like how you like to use your watercolor brushes.
When I switch over to I have one silver black velvet, and when I
Mm,
switch over to that, I'm like, oh, this is taking some getting used to because it sucks up so much more water than my synthetic brushes because it's half and half. That
mm.
it's a bit of a learning curve for me because I use synthetic brushes all the time, but I do carry it with me now because I have found that the sharp point they can get to in their round brushes is really invaluable.
Hence why they have such a good reputation.
Yes.
Um, let's see what everyone else is saying. I know that Astral Gale's like, how have you never used a silver black velvet? I just don't like, if I have like any bit of spare money and it's a question of getting a sketchbook or paints, I will always pick sketchbook or paints or like Neocolor twos or or pencils, like anything before brushes, because the brushes that I have, I don't feel like I need anything else. I'm just like, oh, brush is a brush. Um, and hey, Ayeli, you have Sarah and Emma's monthly boxes. I didn't know Sarah had monthly. Oh, you have Sarah's brushes and Emma's monthly boxes.
Oh,
No
I love
issues. Just ordered
Pablo.
Sarah's. Sarah's are great. One, oh, about Sarah's actually that I'm curious. Is it quite like soft, like watercolor-esque, or is it quite firm like acrylic brushes?
It is between the two,
Mhm.
more like acrylic than watercolor, in my opinion. But like the round brush is definitely stiffer than my regular watercolor brushes and the Princeton Aqua Elite brushes, but it's not very stiff. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's somewhere in between. Seems just perfect for gouache. Really, I love it. Love them so far. I do need like a shorter flat that's small, like this one, but shorter because this one flexes so much, and it's meant to. It's meant for like bushes and weeds and stuff. But like I could use a little short flat, but that's the only thing I'm missing in this set.
A short flat. Yeah, because for me the gouache brushes or the brushes I use for gouache are like the um graduate De La Rowney brushes that are like quite stiff. They're supposed to be mixed media, but they essentially feel like acrylic brushes.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
but I know that for example, I also have the Etcher brushes, but they are like very soft. They're like watercolor brushes to me.
the Etcher
Um,
gouache ones.
yeah, like I don't know if you can see it in compare. Like, how do you demonstrate softness? If I put the same amount of pressure, I
Yeah,
don't know if you could see. Like, this has got like good spring to it, whereas this is like very very soft. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it just depends on how someone likes using them.
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Uh,
If I didn't have these gouache brushes, I would be using my acrylic brushes.
yeah, that's the thing. Whereas I know that, oh no, bye, Moni.
Oh,
Enjoy work. Um,
work.
wh- Whereas I know that some people enjoy using watercolor brushes for gouache. So if you like really soft brushes or brushes that hold a lot of water, then it would be the etcher ones would perhaps be a bit better suited, in my opinion. Now, I really like your reference photo. I was trying to figure out like it's got
Yeah.
so many elements. Um, did you hike when you took this picture, or did you
We
do
were on
the
dirt
citrus
bikes.
drive? Mm?
We were on dirt bikes.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So we rode up to this and passed, and then there's a famous loop called Lead King Basin that we did after this. So it's just really, it's such a beautiful area, and it's a really high elevation, and so I don't know, you get to see all kinds of beautiful scenery.
Oh, that sounds incredible. I did not see the dirt bikes coming.
Yeah, that's my favorite hobby, other than painting.
It's- That's pretty awesome. I think the closest I've got to is nothing really. Like I tried riding a scooter once.
Yeah.
Even then, I'm like, oh, I'm not sure if that like how much that counts.
It counts. A scooter is fun, like a dirt bike. I vote that counts.
It was a lot of fun, um, but there's nowhere to like ride it to in London
Uh,
or sorry, or the outskirts. Can't
yeah.
quite imagine riding a dirt bike through London traffic. But I know some people do.
So
Just try it.
since gouache is supposed to be more forgiving on what paper you're using, I pulled out this Gin Crafts paper again because it was horrible for watercolor. But I'm already not liking it.
Really? Was
No.
that the one that was 100% cotton that you were trying? Was it
Yes.
that? And it didn't work with the because I think I saw. Did I watch it or
Yeah,
did
it
I?
was that baby in the bucket with the watermelon. That's the
Baby in the
paper I
bucket.
tried to
Oh
use.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So what happened?
It's just,
Yeah.
it has, I don't know, it just has a weird feel to it. Like right now with water on it, it's kind of like bubbling up kind of weird. And I know watercolor paper bubbles up a little bit, you know, it warps and all of that, but not
Yeah.
quite like this. It's different. And I don't know. It has a very machine texture, kind of too even.
Mm. Yeah, no, I don't like that either. And I tend to, I think Annie and Astrogleo and are saying the same thing, where they also, yeah, if it doesn't work for watercolor, then usually my saving grace is try just reserving it for gouache. It's how I'm getting through all the cellulose paper that I have. This is indeed a Lamy pen, Astrogleo. It's I have added the carbon black ink, like literally just yesterday. This one. Because it's meant to be, can you see it? It's meant to be waterproof and water resistant. And I've had this Lamy pen for like months, and I mean, I use it. Like I ran out of the ink that was inside it, but I don't use it that much, and I haven't really used it with the carbon black ink. So I'm hoping that it is actually truly waterproof. If not, my painting is going to look an absolute mess when I go. Well, what is a live stream if not throwing caution to the wind? You know, like.
Yeah. Right? Oh, look, so you can see my paper is like staining, and it's not
Mm.
letting me pull up the gouache layer underneath like I had hoped. So
That's
bad
so
paper.
bizarre. I wonder if maybe they didn't size it, or they, I don't know, like, did they size it in? It's just weird.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal. But that's what I was hoping, you know, throw some gouache at it.
Yeah.
But no such luck. But I'm already committed. I'm gonna finish this off this paper. Well, that was a lot of paint. Ooh, okay.
Just every live stream, there's sirens in the background. I don't know if you can hear them, but if you, it's just the area I happen to live in. Like, it's so loud.
Yeah, I
It always
don't.
sounds so dodgy. Um. Da, 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 da. I don't normally sketch beforehand. I don't know why I decided to this time.
Yeah, I decided that I wanted to get the angles like just right, and I was kind of short on time because I had a bunch of appointments this morning, and thinking the live stream was an hour earlier, I was like struggling. Oh well, yeah.
You know, the first time I did it wasn't a live stream, it was like a Zoom call with Maggie from Creating Cute Art.
Yeah.
I got the time wrong as well. As in like I got there an hour earlier. Yeah, I got there an hour earlier and just thought, oh, she's running a few minutes late. And it was only like at half an hour in that I was like, maybe it's me and the time, like what's going on?
Well, even with all the emails we sent with the time checks, I thought we had this down pat,
I
but
know.
no such luck.
Which is so bizarre because I was literally like, hey, it's this o'clock, it's that o'clock. I thought that was the best way to like.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well,
your time hasn't changed recently, has it?
It did. It changed over here with daylight savings time this last Sunday.
Oh, okay, that would be why then.
That would be why. Yep. I didn't even think about daylight savings time.
Has it happened on our side? I don't think so. I think it happens at the end of the month, unless I am very behind. Oh, hey, Miss Ebony. You're at work. No problem. I always live stream when you're working. It's like tradition now. See, everyone's talking about the ink. Yeah, so normal watercolor ink will, normal fountain pen ink will flow, and some people like that. Like I've seen some pretty cool effects with it, but I thought that I would use it more if it was waterproof pen so that I can actually paint over the top. Is that an affordable Lamy pen? Yeah, it is an affordable Lamy pen. Well, affordable is relative, right? But it's I got it for £18, which is like, I don't know the conversion, guys. I feel like maybe $20. Whoa, $30. I don't think it shouldn't be $30. I think it's less, I hope. But then again, I don't know if maybe depending on where it's manufactured, it like changes the cost. But yeah, so I got this one is the Lamy Safari. So it's the cheapest one. It's like the plastic one. But I really got it because one, everyone like recommended it, I assume because of the nib and everything, and because of like of the pretty color. Like I was very much swayed by like I want something bright and happy and sunny. So yellow one.
Moving things around here.
I love Annie's list. Start off with watercolor. If it's not good enough for watercolor, then progress to gouache. If it's not good enough for gouache, then give it to the kids. It's very accurate. And to be fair, that's what I didn't have, or I don't have like young relatives that I was giving it to, but I do tend to donate to charity quite often if there's like art supplies that I'm just not using anymore. Because every time I went to the shops, they never had any art supplies, which I thought was a shame.
Yeah.
So now when I have some, I give some.
Awesome.
It is indeed the Safari, Ayali. Oh, hey, Mightier Pencil. I'm glad that it is a good timing. It's hard, you know, having not hard, like it's a good thing, but you know, time difference and all. I'm always like, oh, should I do it on a weekend or you know, a weekday? And you know, I appreciate it's the afternoon for everyone in like the US side, but the night for us. It's a balance, hence why it's always at random times just trying to. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have a palette. Hold on, let me get one. But if you are enjoying the live stream and enjoying us fighting through all the technical difficulties to get to this point, then please consider liking the video and don't forget to also check out Miranda's YouTube channel.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
As I get a palette. Where is my palette paper? Unless I could just use this palette. I don't want to like get up and start looking for it.
Right?
Who knows how long that'll take. So I have this random gigantic palette that I keep on my desk for my brushes, for my wet brushes. So I'll just use this. The beauty of gouache is that I'll be able to wash it off anyway.
Right. Yeah, this ceramic palette I'm using down here is when I very first got the Holbein gouache. I put it in this palette, and I'm still trying to use it up out of this palette.
I do
I
the
always
same.
forget and like dip into this one, but oh well. It'll work eventually.
I will. I'll get used up. 24.36 is the price of the Lamy Safari on Amazon at the moment. Thank you so much. How is the Daniel Smith gouache? I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I have it in pristine condition, box unopened, but I don't know. I think next week I'll have time. Like, I'll have time to experiment with them. My neighbors, I think both neighbors are currently doing construction work, which has been like horrendous because I'm on nights. So I come home in the day and there's drilling throughout the day. So I can't sleep throughout the day, but then I can't sleep throughout the night because I'm working. So it's literally put me in a I guess in a bad mood. So I didn't do anything.
Oh,
Haven't
no.
like yeah, any spare like moment, I've basically just slept. But soon I will experiment with it and I will see. I'm curious, concerned, skeptical. A part of me feels like it might end up being too transparent for my liking based on the videos that I have seen, but we will see. Once I find out, I will definitely let you know. I know it's quite popular, which is good.
Yeah, I am curious to hear your thoughts on it because you use gouache so much. So, which is why I chose to use gouache today because I'm like, we'll probably that's a new word. Made it up. Gouaching.
No, I like it, and I realized thus far most, if not all, the live streams I've done have been like with gouache, creating some form of landscape. It's been quite nice.
Mm-hmm. So, what time is it on your end? I didn't really pay attention to.
Mine is now 8:39.
Oh, so it's
So
not too.
we're 6 hours apart.
Yeah, so now we're 6. We were 7. See, we were right.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
The mystery because I was like, how can we double check this many times on our emails?
Yeah. Literally every email would be like, I am sending this at 5:03. Let me know what time you're receiving it. Like to try and get the time difference right. And I feel like our daylight saving is next week or it's coming. So it will change again.
Dang it.
And then it will be 7 again.
Of all the luck.
Yeah, I really didn't see that coming.
Yeah. took me by surprise. I really was like, how could we have gotten this wrong after all these?
Yeah, that's the thing that confused me because I was like, but would the email change the time? Like how? But at least now
I'm really glad the mystery is solved because I was like, yeah, trying to figure that out still.
Yeah, me too. Hey Lorna. Is anyone painting along with us? UK Day Savings is the last Sunday of March, I think. Yeah, so it will be next Sunday? No, Sunday up. Last Sunday. So it's coming. Thank you, Jay. I knew it hadn't happened yet. But then again, with like nights, you like it wouldn't have really, really surprised me if I happened to have like completely missed the fact that we've changed time zones, or not time zones, but changed time,
So while you're here, Jay, I just want to tell you I do love your channel.
Oh, I didn't know you had. Have I seen? I haven't. I've taken a break from YouTube, so I feel like I've missed out on so much. I've like cut down because I was watching it so much because I enjoy it, right? And it's like, oh, hanging out with friends and everything. So for the past few weeks, I've like drastically cut down. Initially, I haven't seen anything at all, and then I was like, okay, in theory, maybe I'll allow myself like an hour a week or something, which really isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. Um, but I will check you out, Jay. It'll probably be that when I go there, I'll be like, oh, of course, I've seen Jay before.
Yeah, you probably have. Straight opinions. You're no by Annie. On that, I was thinking about that the other day, Annie, being on vacation and being on a no buy, because I'm like, what if there's a local art shop that has something cute and unique? Do you really
Yeah.
get it? I mean, the no buys, for me, it's just so that I use up a lot of the
What you
supplies
have.
that I'm yeah, and I don't want to like punish myself either. So it's I think that if you see something cool, that you should get it, but that's my opinion. What do you think, Sketches?
I am of the same opinion. I think it depends on why you're doing the no buy, what you're trying to get out of it, and what, if any, issues you were having with buying art supplies before was. So for example, I literally just went on a trip and I went to an art store, of course, and I was looking around for art supplies. But really and truly, I think if I had seen something that was like unique to the country, that would remind me of the country, that I felt was very special, then perhaps I would have been swayed to buy it. But a lot of the art supplies were supplies that I could get in the UK anyway, or supplies that like I already had access to. And I knew that I didn't need any art supplies, and I knew that I was, do you know what I mean? Like you can
Yes.
very much easily talk yourself uh, into buying art supplies, because I was like, oh, but I'm on holiday, so of course I should get this. What was I looking at? Canson heritage paper that I can get in the UK. You know, that holiday feeling like starts so I think it depends. I think if it's something that's, you know, special to the country, that you're not, because the other thing that I was tempted by was they had Renaissance uh paints that I've heard about, I think from Moni, but I haven't like used before, so I was kind of curious to use them. But then I kind of told myself if I bought it, I wouldn't be able to like get my hands on it easily again, and yada yada. Long story short, I think it depends on, I think really and truly it depends. It will be different for everybody. For me personally, I was overspending and using, and yeah, I was just overspending. And also, like, if I was in a bad mood, automatically I would buy art supplies. So when I
Yes.
did the no, yeah, I didn't even notice. It would literally be like, why do I have this like strong urge to buy art supplies right now? Like I have to. I'd randomly go on Amazon and just like be looking to see if there's something that I haven't got yet that I could buy. And so I think it depends. You said that you're going on a weekend trip. I think go and perhaps decide when you see it, but have a high threshold. Like it has to be something special that you want, that you think you will actually use, that you won't be able to get otherwise.
I like that.
It would be my thing. Yeah, low buy, no buy, whichever one. I think as long as it achieves what you want it to achieve, I don't think that it should be a thing of like, oh, I do a no buy, and thus if I buy something, I'm a terrible human and I'm putting myself down and I'm feeling pressure and I'm not using anything. And you know, I think if it's like that, then you might as well just buy the art supplies and make yourself feel better. So
Yeah.
it's balance.
Yeah.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, Astroglio. Zero impulse control. Me too. I really, really struggle. Which is why
Yeah.
it was all or nothing.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been making a list of things that are tempting me and like taking a picture of them so I can show you all later on my channel
oh,
at some point and be like,
I
this
would
is what
like to see
I
that.
did. And
I
then
would like to see that.
as I see cool things online, like on other YouTube channels, or I'll find them on Amazon and I'll put them on my Amazon wish list. So then I can go back, in November or something and decide if I still want them. Should I keep them on the list for my family to see or not? Do I take them off by then? So that's my plan.
That's a very good idea. So you're gonna do it for the full year?
Yeah,
Is that
and
the
I'll
aim? Or
probably do it past I'll probably just do it kind of indefinitely, except at the
replacing
end of the
things you
year,
run
like
out?
if I don't get Daniel Smith gouache and I still want to try it, then I would let myself do that. And I still want to try the Michael Harding watercolors. So I'm kind of a watercolor collector, I've decided. So I would probably get those two things so
Yeah.
far and then go back on a no buy. So I don't know if that
Yeah,
counts.
it makes sense. I was really contemplating a no buy at the start of the year, but then I was like, I just can't. I cannot. The idea of a year was too much for me. When I did it initially, it was meant to be a month, and I think that seemed manageable. And then I was like, okay, and I've gradually built up, and I've slowly like I buy a lot less. It may not seem that way, but I buy a lot less than I used to. And I can see the thing that's been tempting me at the moment is the Daniel Smith gouache I bought in part because I kept getting questions about it, and I was just like, okay, if I try it out, I will know and be able
Yeah.
to answer. And then the Michael Harding watercolors I was tempted by, and someone sent it to me as a gift, which is crazy. Yeah, I
That's
know.
awesome. I'm so excited for
I know.
you.
I was gonna do a video to like. I will probably do a video to show and share.
The watercolor gifts you've received have blown my mind.
I honestly don't know how or why, but I just seem to be surrounded by incredibly generous people. Like this is one of the nicest gifts I've ever received. And it's just like, the care and attention. So I'll show you guys. We'll do
Yes.
this, as a sneak peek. I know. But it was from a subscriber. It wasn't from Michael Harding, just to be clear. So she kindly swatched out everything. So she gave me some M. Graham watercolors.
Love M. Graham.
And some Sennelier watercolors. Look at those.
Beautiful.
And then the Michael Harding watercolors.
Oh my God.
I was like, I said to her, because I met up with her, I was like, I don't even know like what to do. I was like, you've swatched them out more beautifully than I ever could. I've just been looking at them and staring at them. As I said, I haven't, because of night shifts and everything, I haven't like had the opportunity. But then she put them into tins and like swatched them out as well. So these are the Sennelier.
Oh yes.
And it's just incredible. I feel very, very, very lucky. So because they were what I was really tempted by. To I mentioned them in my birthday live stream. Look at this.
Oh, beautiful.
It's literally, I also love the fact that we can all understand like this. Do you know what I mean? I love the fact that everyone's like I feel like if I were to, show friends and stuff, they'd be like, okay, cool, paints. But yeah, incredible, beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey Tabitha. So they were what I wanted to try. And then the other thing is that I was really tempted by was the Kuretake Art Nouveau set.
Yes.
But I am now, in retrospect, thinking it might be a bit of Spomo.
Explain.
Just in terms of like, I honestly feel like because I was seeing it everywhere, I keep seeing, not only do I keep seeing people swatching out the Art Nouveau set, but they also but it's also hard to find, right? Like it's hard to get. So it's not like I see it swatched, I look on Amazon, I contemplate it, and I'm like, yes or no. It's like I see it swatched, everyone says it's great, and then I look on Amazon and I can't find it, and then I look on this site and I can't find it, and I look on that site. Like, so it's almost like I want it because I can't get it.
Yes.
So I started like looking at it and being like, okay, fair enough. I already have one set, and I was looking to try and identify which colors do I actually really, really want, like, because it's not just a set, right? Like, is it that I want every single color? And I think I really like the pale pink that's in there, and one of the blues and one of the greens. And apart from that, I'm like, the other colors are okay, but I'm not absolutely in love with them. But every time that I see it swatched and every time that I hear people talking about it, I feel like I am. Does that make sense? Like it's just because it's so popular and everyone wants it and everyone has it and everyone, you know? So I actually think it's FOMO. And because, as I said, I stopped watching YouTube, or, you know, I stopped watching YouTube. So I hadn't seen so many videos about it. And then I was looking at the colors and I was like, actually, that overwhelming urge I had to like buy it because, oh my gosh, it's so wonderful, has kind of like um subsided, because it's not even like my art resembles Art Nouveau or that style, or the or like that color palette actually fits into the art that I create. So I think it's actually FOMO. I can't say that for everyone, but I definitely think for me it was like a, oh my gosh, I really want it because it looks so amazing, and all I'm hearing is that it's amazing and I can't have it because I can't find it. It's my feeling.
Yeah, I'm glad Lindsay did her video recently, because when I watched that and she did those swatches and I looked at it really closely again, I'm like, you know what? There's only 4 or 5 colors in that set that I would really like to have.
Yeah.
And I don't even pull out my Kuretake paints and use them, like almost never. During World Watercolor Month is about the only time I pull them out. But those, I'm just really drawn to pastels lately for some reason. I don't know why. And so all of the, like the pink, the light blue, lilac were just, and there was one beautiful dark green that I liked. So
yeah, I think those are the same colors that I was also attracted to, and I think in part because I don't see them very often. As in, like, I don't have, because I don't have watercolors like that, or those that color. But initially I was literally like, I must have this set, I must find the set. I spent ages looking like, oh, is it on Amazon? No, I looked at like more niche art stores as well, couldn't find it. I was like, okay, fine, I'll wait.
right.
But in doing so, because then I was like, okay, I will try and just see which colors are really driving me to want this set. And I was like, actually, I think it's FOMO. I want it because everyone else has it. Everyone else says it's great, and I don't have it, and I can't get it, or it's not easy to get it. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, one thing I like that Lindsay said was that it's the big hot thing right now, and the price will probably go down in a year or so. And I'm like, hey, by then I'll be off my no buy. If I still want it, I'll get it when the price is less.
Yeah.
But you still can't find it, so I doubt the price is going to go down too much anytime soon here. But you never know.
Yeah, it seems, I don't know why they made, well, I guess supply and demand, right? Like the Lindsay's so real and I love her for it. I know she's awesome. I really enjoy her reviews because I find, like, irrespective of whether they were gifted or whether she bought them herself, like they're always honest, respectful and honest.
Yeah. For sure.
And I'm catching up on the comments just to see. Astroglio saying, imagine me telling my co-workers how excited I am about paints. They just would not get it. Like, they're all doctors. They would be like, okay. Like, they'd be like, can you imagine Michael Harding watercolors? They definitely would not get it. Your vibe attracts your tribe, and that's why you're so blessed. Thank you so much, Blanca. You're so sweet. Like,
that is true, and I agree.
I feel like I'm surrounded by very, very, very awesome people. I can't say. And yeah, definitely only artists understand that feeling. And Blanca's saying Natasha made her own palette as well. She didn't want all the colors in the set. Yeah, I did. And I think she also like couldn't find it like as a set, but could find like individuals. So that was also really cool. And I think that's what started that was part of what like helped me think like, okay, I don't need the whole set. What do I actually want from it? May make a video be like, ah, it's overrated. Bring all the haters in. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Blanca, Neocolors are wax-based crayons, and they have Neocolor ones and Neocolor two. So the ones are not soluble in water. So if you add water to it, they will stand firm. They won't budge, or not really. Whereas the Neocolor two are water soluble. So once you've laid them down, if you add water, it will reactivate and almost turn into like paint, basically. So they're pretty cool. I only have a set of 15. I don't even know where I've put them. I keep taking them when I go on holiday. They're always like in my holiday bag somewhere. What did I? Ooh. And Miss Ebony is finding, so they used to be 100. Correct me if I'm wrong, 106. You guys were saying this before, but the full collection of Neocolors used to be a lot bigger, and then they discontinued some of the colors, and Miss Ebony has been finding all the colors. So she's found 21 of the discontinued colors and has 21 left to find. See you in a bit, a watercolorist. And 9 months before the no buy, we are 9 months before the no buy is over. Maybe they'll be cheap and plentiful by then. That's true. You can never predict what's going to happen. Yeah, and Astroglio talking about Lindsay. She was respectful and honest and not prone to hyping things up just because of the brand. I completely agree. That's why I do enjoy her reviews, because it does. I think it can be difficult. That's why it's sometimes like tricky. 126 Neocolor 2s. It's sometimes tricky, like taking, I find, I don't know if you've experienced it, doing collaborations, because you don't know how it's going to go. So I tend to accept collaborations of products that I've used and like, so that I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer. Does that make sense? I don't want to like be like, this sucks and this sucks and this sucks as well.
That's hilarious.
How can you imagine? It would be like, what have we signed up for? So I tend to like collaborating with brands that with products that I know I enjoy, or brands that I know make very good products. So I'm not anticipating them being bad. And I'll always do like pros and cons anyway, irrespective of how much I love something. Just that's the way that I try and keep myself a bit unbiased, or as unbiased as I can be, if that makes sense. Oh, I forgot I put tape there.
This gouache is always so much stronger than I expecting, and it's good. That's a good thing. But sometimes I get a little much on the brush.
Me and you both.
I love the glow you have on your roof line so far. That's so pretty.
Thank you. I need to see yours. I can't, because I'm split. I have a split screen to try and see everything. Hey, Paolo. Oh, wow, your background's beautiful. You're doing it bit by bit like me.
Looks okay from a distance. I have a few things to tweak.
Jay is asking if you prefer gouache to watercolor.
Definitely not.
Mm.
But I'm fairly new to gouache for me. So I love that you can layer with gouache, but
yeah,
I know watercolor inside and out, so it's a lot easier for me.
Whereas for me, it depends on what I am painting. So, yeah, it honestly depends on what I'm painting. So if I'm doing like landscapes and stuff, I hands down prefer gouache. Whereas if I'm doing anything else, I prefer watercolor. And I think it's just, I don't know why. I think it's because I really like the layering that I can do. with gouache when it comes to landscapes. And I know that you can layer with watercolor too, but I just find watercolor less forgiving. Like if I mess up watercolor and I go dark too soon or something like that, there is no true going back. Not if I'm just using watercolor. Whereas with gouache, you can always fix it.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling.
Yeah. So it honestly for me depends on what I'm painting, the day, how I'm feeling, what I'm creating, as to which one is actually my favorite. Which is tricky. Today, I don't know. Actually, I think if I had to lean towards one, it would probably lean more towards watercolor than gouache. But if you ask me tomorrow, that may be a completely different answer.
That's funny. No, I'll drink that.
And Moni is back. And Moni also has an awesome YouTube channel. I love the fact that there's like a little art YouTube community. I feel like we all like know each other and watch each other and things. So Moni, I am heartbroken that I missed your live stream. Honestly, truly, I saw it and it's like no. And I started watching it. I left a comment, and it's awesome, so awesome, so relaxing. I can't wait to finish it. In a nutshell, because I told myself, as much as like I don't know how, like I cut down. Like I wasn't meant to go on YouTube, but then like when you sent me the link, I was like, and I saw it, I just couldn't help myself. And then an hour passed, and I was like, oh, have self-control. but it was so good.
It's funny.
And I'm catching up. What is the part of the building in front of the reference photo? What is part of the building in front of the reference photo? What do you mean, Melissa? Paolo, gouache gives me PTSD.
Like the ladder structure.
I can add it to the stream, Melissa, so that you can see it a little bit clearer for a little while.
So before I forget, Made by Dawn, check your email. I emailed you. And I need a reply before I can send you the things you asked for.
And I missed your message. Hey Dawn, you're working as well. Everybody's working.
Annie, are you still at work too? Watercolor lifting preparation. No, I haven't heard of that. Have you, Sketches?
No.
Yeah.
No. Don't really know what that is. Hey Pre-Raphaelite, for you, what is the optimum number of colors in your palette that you would enjoy? Of course, including most convenience. That's a good question. Like optimum, I think it would be more than 12. Because I created my the video that I did for the portable painter. In theory, I had almost like free reign of what I could add to that, and that had 18 colors. So I think that 18 would be a good number for me, of having like plenty of convenience colors, split primaries, and like specialty colors. Could I get it down to 12? Probably, but if it was optimum, I'd say 18. What about you, Miranda? and everyone else, yeah, in the chat.
I did a Mission Gold limited palette with 12 colors, and that actually seemed really easy.
Okay.
Like at the time it didn't, but now it does because I've done several other palettes with only like 12 colors. So I'm okay with 12. Actually, that palette had 11 because I had one broken well.
Oh.
Yeah, so it had 11, but I love the Himimiya. It has 18, the 18 choices. So that is a great number. I do agree with you on that, but I can live with 12. I
No,
do
yeah.
take my micro portable painter out, and that one has that one has 6 in it. And it works fine. It works great. So that's always good. To answer the question on this tower thing, so they've made the outside of this so they can crawl up it if they need to, but it's a big hole in the middle. So I imagine they dropped some kind of waste of some sort into the river, which probably isn't great, but I don't fully know the story to that. But it is open in the center of this, but it's made to that they can also climb up it and do repairs and stuff. Okay.
I thought it was stairs.
It's actually a big square thing. Yeah, some kind of.
That makes sense.
And there's a metal ladder on the far side of it that we can't see. That you can see a little bit of the metal ladder right there. I know it's a little hard to see, but
Oh, hold on. Let me make you bigger because I was showing this.
okay.
Can I make you bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me remove myself.
Okay. So right here is a little bit of a metal ladder that you can still see, but the structure on the outside is also so they can climb up it and to hold the square together. So it's kind of a multi-purpose thing, but it is hollow inside. That's pretty much all I know. It's illegal to cross the river and go over to this structure. So we always have to watch. We always have to observe from this side of the river and take our pictures from over here. People do walk down and they come up on these rocks and stuff, but luckily I've never seen anyone trying to climb in or around the structure. Okay. Kitty. Let's see. Oh, Rosa Gallium.
Now can you hear me? Yeah.
Okay. Made by John. You just checked it. You haven't seen it. Okay. I just wanted to confirm that you were actually the person who contacted me on Instagram. That's all. And if so, we're good. So confirm that here, and then we'll get back to sketches here.
Why do watercolorists have notoriously massive palettes? Because the heart wants what the heart wants. And I don't know, like really and truly, it's funny because we're all saying like 12 to 18, a number around there. And I'm pretty sure we all have more than 18 colors. I have hundreds. But I don't know. I don't know why we collect so many. I guess because we can. They make us happy. There are nuances between the two, the possibilities of the art that you can create with each different paint.
Yeah.
But it is certainly not like not necessary. Quite a few people keep saying or joking that creating art and collecting art supplies are two completely different hobbies, and you can have one or both. And that is very true. I certainly have both.
Yeah. I think Moni and someone else mentioned something. A potty shoot and to bring water up. I think you both are right. I'm gonna go with both of those things. But bringing water up, that's probably the most thing that makes sense.
Miss Ebony saying she'll stay on the ground and wave to anyone who tries to go up.
Yeah, no kidding. It's rickety now. This picture was taken in 2013, so it's probably even a little bit, like, I think the last time I went up there, because we try to go up there once a year, so a few more pieces had fallen off and whatnot, and they try to keep it together because it's such a beautiful structure, but time, weather.
I would be the type. I mean, not that I would, but if it was allowed, I would go up. I am curious like that.
Yeah, I would definitely cross the river and go close, but
if it were safe.
If it were, yeah. Forget what I was going to say, but not important.
I'm sure it will come back to you.
Yeah,
just trying to
step off screen for just a minute. I'll be right back.
No problem. I'll catch up with everyone in the chat. I have Roman Schmall, need to use them. Yes, you should, Jennifer. They're awesome. They are. My heart wanted the Roman Schmall, which I bought 3 minutes ago. Ooh. I don't understand German, but I'm happy for you. I love Roman Schmall, Anna. And let me scroll up and see. Enjoy Rosa Gallery paints. Yes, I was impressed by Rosa Gallery. They were a gift. I feel like such a brat. They were a gift, and because I don't know, we don't like. I don't feel like it's talked about that much here in the UK. So I didn't know whether it would be student grade or professional grade or what to expect from it. But it's really like bright, beautiful colors, and it turns out that it's professional grade is just affordable, because they also have a student grade version that I saw called Studio. But yeah, they are very good. And Mission Gold, I haven't tried Mission Gold. I was kind of tempted by the pure pigment set, just because I really like the idea of, you know, of trying it, but it is quite pricey here.
Wow, bummer.
Yeah, so I never got round to getting it, and I did say, like, really and truly I do have like enough watercolors, so there's not enough justification to buy it, but I was very, very tempted. I saw that you got the Mission Gold like small set, but you didn't like it. I saw you like trying to like turn it upside down, and do you know what I mean, Miranda?
Yeah, I do like it. I love it, actually. It's adorable. But what I don't like is that black. I think I have it out here on the desk still. Kind of have a mess because I didn't put stuff away from my last 2 videos yet. It's not out here, but it has that black case that holds the half pans in.
Yeah.
That's what I don't think I'm gonna like, but it pulls out really easily, and I can just pull it out and affix the half pans to the bottom of that palette myself, so it should work. But I'm gonna try using it a couple more times with the black thing in there. But even when I dipped into it to use the ultramarine blue for something, I don't even know what, a couple days ago, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I like this black holder. It's gonna be a problem.
Well, hopefully you can take it out, because I saw you like turning it upside down. I was like, oh, that should work. That's worked. No, that hasn't worked. I felt like I was going through it with you, like, oh, the journey. And let me see. Romish will need to use them. Moni, I'm trying to resist. I'm telling myself you have enough. That's the thing. Like, we all technically do have enough for the most part, but it's so hard to resist.
Yeah.
It certainly is. I noticed Romish have tubes. So they said they're going to release tubes, Dawn, but I haven't seen the tubes as of yet. If you have, please let me know. I feel like I love the Cherry Queen Red. I can see why it's so popular. I use it now quite a bit, where I was using the permanent alizarin crimson before. But yeah, if the second they have tubes, I'm on it. Like I will definitely get some. I have been using the travel palette. That's what I took with me on holiday and added a few colors to it. So I added the Cherry Queen Red and the Hooker's Green and the Mineral Violet, and then the Etcher's Gold, so that I can do paintings. And I loved it. It worked very, very nicely. And also, what is this? This is the Daniel Smith Cobalt. I'm surprised I added this one. The Daniel Smith Cobalt Teal. I'm looking back on it, and I feel like I specifically wanted the Roman Schmoll. Oh, I wanted the Roman Schmoll one, but it couldn't fit because it was a full pan. So I tried the Daniel Smith one. And the reason that I wanted the Daniel Smith one, the Roman Schmoll one over the Daniel Smith one, is that I didn't want it to granulate. Whereas the Daniel Smith one granulates quite heavily. So down to personal preference, but it worked anyway. It fulfilled its purpose. I can't complain. But yeah, the PR209 is beautiful. Few mission goals you have are very nice, says Moni. Let me complete your comment. But they've been ignoring requests for info. Sometimes it's so hard to get information out of companies, and I'm very confused by it, because it's literally like, not only am I like a consumer, but I'm a very eager consumer. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, not only am I your target demographic, but I am a target demographic that like needs little encouragement to buy art supplies. So if you'd think that if someone reaches out and asks information, they'd be like, yeah, sure, this is what it is, and just a few minutes can. But anyway, it is what it is.
You would think.
Is there a travel palette that looks like the credit card holders, but I forget the name? The name is Art Toolkit. I obviously need help. I don't even know how that comes to me. I don't have it. But it's like, it's the credit card holders is almost like the same, and then you open it and it's like flat. It's called Art Toolkit. The portable painter micro, it's like small, but it's thicker. Does that make sense? Marit. So this one's the portable painter micro. And do I have a credit card? Actually, I just realized probably not the best thing to do on the internet. But we're all friends here. But yeah, so it's like smaller than a credit card, but it's thicker. Like, it's a lot thicker than the Art Toolkit. And that's the one that Miranda was talking about before, where she has 6 colors inside. So this one, you can see you have 6 colors.
Yeah, I love it.
I feel like there are quite a few videos out there, because I've made a video about the classic one because I reviewed that, but I didn't know if people would want a video about the micro.
Yes, we want a video about it.
Because I'm like, oh, there's so much info. If so, I mean, I can. You've been using it, right?
Yes. Yes, and I like it a lot because I can clip it onto my sketchbook just with a clip like this. So I don't know if you can see that. I can't see all the screen there. Yeah, you can see that. So yeah, I just clip it on with this clip, and I can hold my sketchbook with one hand, and the sketchbook holds the palette, and then I have the other hand for the paintbrush. So I love it.
And voila.
Exactly.
And you have 6 in it, right? Like, because it has the what do you call these things? The expansion palette, so that you can add more.
Yeah, and I got a new one of them that came with that expansion palette, but boy, I'm having a hard time imagining using even tinier wells than half pans. So
yeah,
I've resisted a bit on setting that one up, but I'm gonna try it eventually.
Yeah. No, that was my thoughts as well. My plan was to either I wouldn't convert all of them to the smaller ones, if that makes sense. Especially, yeah, I'd rather have more space than more colors, if that makes sense. So I'll try and stick to half pans, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get a little bit smaller and see. Um, sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth between the reference photo and the stream because every so often I like forget what I'm doing.
I'm thinking I should have gone little like you did because I'm on basically a 9 by 12 here. I'm not getting very far.
See, normally I do like bigger ones, but I thought, oh, if I do a smaller one, then I will have better control with time. But instead, I've just started adding tiny unnecessary details to this tiny piece. Completely like defeating the point of going smaller because there's really no reason. And I'm still, one of the things to kind of combat adding details too soon is using a bigger brush. And I'm using a big brush, um, but just ignoring it anyway and trying to add small details.
That's so funny.
The heart ones with the heart ones. Let me see what I'm missing. Cherry Quinn Road. Wait. Are you guys saying that the not Daniel Smith, that the Roman small tubes are on Jackson's?
They are. Oh no, I saw Mission Gold's tube. Sorry, Mission
Oh,
Gold.
I thought they were under development. Because someone's saying that they're there, but they're sold out. Unless you mean the pans.
Man, I think if they were there,
Yeah.
they would have told us from pain and hiding. We would have put out a video that morning.
It's like, attention, world of watercolor.
Yeah.
It has finally happened. No, I don't think they are yet. I say this, I saw them post a picture of they were like at an exhibit, a conference or something, and they were next. I didn't realize, but they had pictures of full pans, half pans, and tubes. But the tubes were actually the other person's store. So when I saw the tubes, immediately I was like, "Are the tubes available? Are they available? Are they available?" They were like, "No, not yet." So this was last week. So I feel like, and I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll calm down. I'll wait." Yeah, no tubes on Jackson's. Okay, cool. Thank you, Paolo.
You lost your paintbrush, Annie.
I don't know, Annie. I experienced literally the same. It's one of the shorts that I made because this happens to me all the time. I'll put a paintbrush down. There's obviously like a limited amount of space on my desk, right? There's a limited amount of space on the floor. I don't know how I lose paintbrushes, or it's like as soon as I put it down here, I look back and it's gone. And I don't know how it happens. It's probably one of the main reasons that I always tend to use like one brush, because if I try and use multiple, then automatically the one that I put down, I lose.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how it happens all the time. Yeah, but the brush that I'm using now is way too big for what I'm trying to do. And that much I know.
In your water. I'm glad you found it. That's so funny.
Glad you found it. Yeah, honestly, preaching to the choir. I can't even tell you where the go-to place is because every time it's somewhere different. I've misplaced my dagger brush, which has made me quite sad.
Oh.
I know. I was like, oh, I've really been enjoying it, and I have no clue. Like that same kind of thing of like I must have put it down, and where is it? Like it must be somewhere on my desk, or and that's the thing. A lot of the time, tell me if this also happens to you. I'll like put something, like say I see something like my bank card or something. I'll think, oh, I should put that away somewhere safe because otherwise I won't find it later. And if I do that, it will take me days to find out where this so-called safe place is. So I'm
Yes.
pretty sure that I probably saw the brush somewhere and I was like, oh, let me put it somewhere safe so it doesn't get damaged. And now I just need to figure out where that safe place was.
Yeah. I do that. So then I ask myself, okay, if I was gonna put this
Put it in.
place, where would it be? Then I'd be like, I have no idea. My safe place today is not my safe place 3 days ago.
And that is the problem. That is exactly the problem I have. Mhm.
Figure out what color
Glad
to
it's not just me. Someone was asking me about I can't remember who it is, but I'll just mention it now. You know how I bought the travel brushes from AliExpress? Haven't used all of them a great deal, but I've used like two a bit. And the issue that I have been having with them is the bristles were coming off. Like only maybe 3 or 4, but that kind of thing drives me insane because then you have like the bristles in the paint or in the painting, which is even worse. So as it stands, I can't quite recommend them. I'll keep trying to experiment. I don't know if it's like just the kind of thing of like there were a few loose ones and now that they're gone, it's going to work beautifully. But so far, nothing good to report. Just because I know someone asked me in the live stream last time and I couldn't answer.
Dang, that's a bummer.
I know it's these ones because I got them because they look like a. Well, I was hoping that they would perform like mop brushes. These ones, I think this one was actually the one that was okay, and the bigger version was the one that just kept coming off. Can you see?
Yeah.
So it's almost like a quill brush. So one of them, this one's been okay, but the other one just kept coming off. And I'd actually forgotten about it until I brought out my Roman small paints and I could see the bristles still inside the paints. And I was like, I can't deal with this. It's so annoying. But I'll keep trying to find travel brushes that I love. Annie has a theory about safe places that once you put it in your safe place, it then gets teleported to somebody else's safe place.
Yes.
Honestly, honestly, it's how it feels. And Jennifer likes the Raphael travel brushes. What are the shapes like? Are they because I have the round brushes that I got from Amazon like 2 years ago still work beautifully. So I have no issues with that. It's more so like I wanted brushes that either had slightly different shapes, so like a dagger brush or a cat's tongue, or something that could hold a lot more water. Because I know loads of people like, talk about their Escoda brushes. My goodness, they are not cheap. And like I said, my first preference will always be not to spend that much money on brushes if I can help it.
So I was sent an Escoda versatile travel brush that is to die for.
Really? And
Yeah.
what does the versatile name mean? Like, does that mean it's watercolor or for everything or?
You are asking the wrong person.
But you use it for watercolor and it's
Yes,
good.
it is for watercolor. That I do know, but
Okay.
I don't know the ins and outs of why and what for.
Like
Though.
why they have different names. No, me either.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard like really great things about them. No one complains about them is the thing. So their price is obviously it's obviously worth it.
Yeah, it goes with me everywhere in my travel kit and to the classes that I teach at the college. It's in that kit.
Is it big or?
Pull it out real quick. I'll grab it.
Sorry.
No problem.
It's good a versatile. It's fake Kalinsky. Understood. Moni, someone just kicked your dog. I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Somebody just kicked Moni's dog.
I would go kick their hiney then.
That's honestly so ridiculous.
It's not cool.
I'm glad the other passengers got rid of him or her.
Oh no, it's not in here. Oh, that's because I put it in my everyday drawer over here because I had a 2-week break from teaching. Okay, I almost had a panic moment there. I'm like, where?
It was in another safe place.
Yeah, so here it is.
Oh, it's cute.
Just waiting for the
make it bigger.
stream. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
And then this one, the writing wore off of it, so I don't know what size it is, but I would guess a 6 or an 8.
Mm.
And it's so nice. It's just a pleasure to work with. And I do like that the opening is so big. So when you put that back in there,
you don't damage the bristles.
Yeah. But the ones that I also really, really love, this kit is only $17. I've shown this on my channel before. Comes with 3. This is the Fumui. I don't know how to say that, but Fumui. Round 2, I don't know, round 8 and a round 12. These are awesome. And the new ones screw in. So you don't have any looseness at all.
Wiggle. Yeah.
These are a little loose, but they don't ever come apart. At least they haven't on me. And they brush out like a dream too. They are really nice and really affordable. So I like these a lot.
Because the ones that I also got from Amazon come in the same case. But they're all silver and same, no issues. They don't screw is the only thing. So now that I've had them for a couple of years, they wiggle sometimes, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of having the screw-in ones. Like I don't want the ones that you have to like screw. Like, you know, like that I would find annoying. But just like a little twist and use, I think is perfect. I don't know why more people don't do that.
Yeah, makes sense. So I'm trying to get my cord for my phone, I believe, is getting unhappy for its battery life. I'm going to plug it in real quick.
No problem. If you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to hit like, and also don't forget to check out Miranda's channel. But I feel like all the names are familiar, so I feel like everyone on the stream currently knows both of us. But if you're watching on the replay, then yeah, check out Miranda's channel as well and hit like on the video. Moni, I'm so sorry. I can't believe someone did that. It's so mean.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I don't even know what I would do in that situation, but yeah.
Egg Gallo, hard to layer with. I am dying to answer that question. So I suspect they are, because I was talking with someone in the comments again about the paints. They were having the same problem, but I haven't had a chance to pull them back out and play with them again, and it's killing me. But I have a couple of priorities. It's honestly probably going to be about another month before I can pull my Egg Gallo paints out and answer that question for you guys. But I am really curious. I also want to know.
Yeah, because you're not the only person who's mentioned that, so it may may be a kind of thing of just how they are, which is a bit odd. I don't know why they wouldn't be layerable, if that makes sense. But if people are having that kind of issue, then that might be a thing to do with the paints. Or maybe, I don't know if it would be different with like different paper. Do you know what I mean? Although it shouldn't be like drastically different.
Yeah, I was using the Bao Hong sketchbook paper. So I am curious. I love Bao Hong paper as much as I like arches, so it shouldn't be that paper, but next time I'll try it on arches or the Bao Hong block, because I know how that's supposed to react and go from.
I haven't tried their paints yet. Like I keep getting tempted, but they're so expensive. I can't bring myself to it, especially when it's like, oh, I have quite a lot. And I know my birthday just went past, so I think people were like, oh, just ask your family for it. But I was like, I feel like it's too expensive a gift to ask for someone. So I would have to, when the time comes, I would have to just buy them myself or accept that they are not for me. Like one or the other, one will happen.
Dang.
But I know like the colors look beautiful. It's just, and I hear that they smell wonderful.
They're pretty subtle for me, in my opinion. The smell was pretty subtle. So, but some people are much more sensitive to smells too, so could be part of it.
Hey John, thank you so much. Welcome. And yeah, Pre-Raphaelite's asking if you could do on arches next time. And would I introduce the dagger brush or the sword brush to gouache? I wouldn't mind. My only thing is that I don't use like watercolor brushes for gouache. I use like acrylic brushes. So if I find like mixed media brushes that have those kind of interesting shapes, then I certainly wouldn't mind doing that. But I don't want to use the like really nice watercolor brushes because I kind of feel like the way that I use gouache would wreck those brushes. So I need to be.
Yeah, I will use arches then the next time because that's gonna be the holy grail, right?
Yeah.
We'll know if they layer or not if we use arches. There'll be no questions.
Yeah. And Moni, there's no I feel so bad that this happened. There's no right or wrong way to react. Do you see what I mean? Everybody is different, and in retrospect, irrespective of what you do or didn't do, you're still going to feel crappy about the situation because it's a rubbish thing to have happened. So it's not, yeah, I don't think you should beat yourself up and think, oh, you should have done more, because you could have very easily, you know, attacked that person, and then you don't know what your dog will do or what other people will do, and then you'd be home and you'd be feeling bad about it. So just be kind to yourself. This isn't your fault. This isn't anything wrong that you have done, and you shouldn't be beating yourself up for the fact that some people are just horrible and don't know how to behave. Would be my advice. I know it's easier said than done, but as much as you're going to treat her, also like treat yourself, because this is something horrible that's happened to both of you. Would be my two gist. You know, fight or flight. No one knows how they will react. I have learned the hard way that my reaction is fight, but that isn't always the best way to go about it. Then Pre-Raphaelite saying, Miranda, did your art grow a lot from critique? Do you think that it's worth paying for the regular proper critique? Oh yeah, I remember.
Well, I don't think it grew from that, but not from the class 101 class that I took with painting Hayun. I don't think it grew from that, except for the fact that it made me, or allowed me, the opportunity to paint more and things that I probably wouldn't choose otherwise. So that does help. But I am taking the paint coach's paint week this week, and
Ooh.
I am curious if he'll have time to give critique or not, because that's oil painting. So I am always open for tips on oil painting, but no, there wasn't enough challenge in her class, the watercolor class I took, to get a whole lot of good feedback, I guess. I don't know. I'm still on Skillshare, still taking classes, so I hope every day to improve. But I think Sarah Burns has hit the nail on the head. It's all brush mileage. You learn by continuing to paint and paint and paint.
Yeah, I agree. I've started trying to take more, well, not trying, I've started taking more courses this year. I guess in a way to like push myself, but also like out of curiosity, especially if there's like an artist whose style I really admire.
Yes.
But so I've taken like Skillshare, a few Skillshare classes. Like if I want to try, so for example, I've recently been doing a few portraits, so then I'll look at like Skillshare portrait classes, or Domestica I've tried as well. So it's been good. I don't know. I feel like the more courses I take, the more I don't know. Like I don't think I'm necessarily best suited to taking courses in them like in a linear way. Does that make sense? Because I feel like a lot of the time the certain elements would be repeated quite a lot. And on one hand, I want to watch it because I don't want to miss anything. But on the other hand, like how many times can I listen to, you know, a split primary? Like so like someone talking about split primaries or like, do you know what I mean? So it's
Yes,
like, oh.
yes. Ugh.
So I feel like I need to I don't know, like mix things up a bit because I'm so committed to trying to like, okay, let me listen because they might explain it in a different way that then
Right.
I can sometimes get a little bit bored.
Yes.
Um, it's like, oh, yay, color theory again. Like, you know, it's hard also because I don't know, I guess because I don't know where I'm at. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know if I don't think I'm a beginner, but I don't know like where I'm. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like I would see an intermediate course and be like, oh yeah, I know I'm not a pro. I don't know if I'm a beginner. So
Oh, you're
maybe I'm intermediate. Like, so I don't know like what kind of courses I should be taking. I just pretty much go by like subject. Like, oh, I want to do portraits. Let me check that out. Oh, I want to do more florals. Let me check that out.
Mhm.
Um, and
Yeah,
just need to be a little bit more systematic about it, I think, so that I can actually get something out of it.
yeah, I agree. I do think classes are good just for the simple reason that it might be something we aren't used to painting.
Yeah.
It puts us in that where we have to learn how to paint something we wouldn't normally choose, but like I mentioned already, and I'll always learn something from everything, you know.
Mm,
She said something about in the class I took that I could have increased my shadows, and that's something I kind of knew about my painting style anyway, is that I could increase my shadows always. But
mm.
it just reinforced that. So it's good. And I recommend, you know, if you have time and you're actually going to do the class, then do it. Do as many as you can because it keeps you painting. And the brush mileage is the most important thing. And as long as you're painting, you're getting brush mileage. So I love that term that Sarah Burns has. It's just
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. It puts it perfectly, doesn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
oh. Um, Nothing. I'm scared. I'm just catching up with the comments again. Sub to Lindsay's, but couldn't find time. That's the other thing. Like because some courses you do have to invest time in. Sometimes it's just that also plays a really big factor. By the way, if anyone wants a Domestica course, I have a 10% discount code that I can add. It's like Sketches.n.Scrubs 10 off, and then you get 10% off any class. I also have a Skillshare one, but from what I can see, people don't really seem to like be that. It's either people aren't that interested in starting Skillshare, or everybody already has Skillshare, and thus nobody like clicks on it. I don't know which one, which is which. Thank you so much, Moni. She's saying our pieces look amazing already. I'm glad you can see them. Mine look. I can't see them clearly. I bring my sketchbook to Sun School and began sketching in the hallways. That's lovely. See, I need to get better at, or one of the things that I would love to do more of is like sketching, creating in like the little pockets of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Like
I
what?
find quite because I find quite often like if I don't have a lot of time, then I won't start. Or even worse, which I'm trying to break out of, is like if I don't have time to record it, then I won't do it because I'm like, oh, I need to do something for YouTube. And if I just paint for myself, then I may not get a video at this week.
Yeah, I worry about that too. Like if I
Yeah.
just so my daughter-in-law, I'm gonna just call her my daughter-in-law, even though she's just my son's girlfriend. It's easier. She's been coming over every Sunday because my son works on Sundays and she has it off, so she's bored. So she comes over and we play with art stuff, and
That's so cute.
it's great. But I'm like, oh, I should film this, but yeah, it's so nice not to sometimes.
Mm,
But she encourages me when our setup works to film it And so I do have a couple, well, one thing we did as a backup video just in case, but it's nice not to, like, we got to work up in the dining room table last weekend, and that was nice because it was, you know, different scene, different area in the house.
No, because like I wasn't feeling that well earlier in the week, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll have like I'll just set up a little art nook next to my bed. And I was like, oh, so I used my, you know, urban sketching setup, but just from bed.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, if I'm like, oh, maybe I should just go to my desk so that I can actually like record. But you're right, it is just so relaxing sometimes to just like paint and just create. And it's sometimes a bit annoying because I find that when I do that, that's when I create the pieces that I really like. And then I look back on it, I'm like, and I have no video footage.
It's such a bummer.
Like, why do I do this? So if the moment that I can, part of me almost feels like buying a tripod to set up, like one by my desk, one by my couch, one by my bed. This is ridiculous. I will not do this, but like just so that it's always like ready to go. Like, okay, if I want to create, I can just, you know, record it. But no, that's the one thing that I need to like work on, because I don't have videos in advance. Like, the video for this weekend I haven't recorded yet, and I'm on nights, so I will record it and then edit it and then post it, and then, you know.
Yeah, I am trying to get tomorrow morning's video done today. It's in. Is the cat? This is Chica. Anyway, luckily the footage is done. I just have to finish editing it, but hopefully it's a video everyone will enjoy.
Can't wait. And I'm seeing Sketches on Miranda. Oh, thank you. Blanca, what's your idea? Dawn, what did you say about your style? I'm seeing people reply to it, but I can't. I am scared because my art is cartoony. Oh, sorry, my mom's messaging, which is making my phone vibrate. If anyone heard that noise, that's why.
French escapade or terracotta. I haven't heard of those.
The watercolor terracotta. The course?
Course, I guess, maybe.
Yeah. They're having like this watercolor full-day course. It looks really interesting. But it's, yeah, I'm tempted. I was tempted by it, but I think I'm working. It's either happening, like when it was happening, I'm working, but I really did want to attend. I don't know, I might do, because I think they'll have like replays, and it has like, you know, the Domestica course that I did with Alex Hilkertz. He's one of the teachers, and I really, really like his style. So I was contemplating going just to see him, or watching just to see him. But Dawn, I don't think there's anything like wrong with having a cartoony or illustrative style. I think you should then, I think it's less so about your style and more so about what you want to get out of the course, if that makes sense. So if you know that you have like quite a cartoony illustrative style, I wouldn't then look at someone who has hyper realistic and be like, let me take their course, unless you want to learn something from that style that you think will complement your style. Because because I think it's more so about like what especially if you're doing a course, it's less so about the teacher trying to, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's less so about you and more so about what you want to get from them, is the way that I see a course. So if I were to look at an artist and not like their style, then I wouldn't necessarily take their course, because I don't want my style to emulate that. But if I were to see something about their style that I really like, for example, that it's really loose, or the way that they use watercolor, or the way that they pick color, then I would go for it and know that that is what I'm trying to get. They're not trying to like mold you, if that makes sense. So if you know that you want to evolve your art in a more illustrative and cartoony style, then I would look for artists who have something similar to what you want, or artists that have some sort of element that you want to replicate in your own art. And then you won't have to worry as to them trying to change you, because they shouldn't try to change you. They should just try to teach you what they know, and then you take it or leave it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd have anything to add to that, Miranda, because you've taken quite a few courses as well. She was saying that she was worried that because her style is quite cartoony, if she were to take courses, they would try to change her art and make it more realistic or something that it's not.
Yeah, I think you've hit it on the head. Sketches, just finding classes that suit your style and everything you said. Helpful, but you said it very well.
Thank you. And then pre-Raphaelite, some really good questions.
Yes.
Wrong, Lindsay. Pre-Raphaelite's asking, do you think there's such a thing as bad brush mileage? Keep practicing bad habits and entrench bad habits. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. In answer to your question, how would you? No, I think like everything that you do is like muscle memory in a way, right? And brush mileage is essentially the same thing. So if you keep creating the same things over and over, and you keep getting results that perhaps you don't enjoy, you don't like, I think that's why sometimes it is helpful to speak to someone else or to do a course or something to know, is it like this because the materials that you're using, or is it like this because of the technique that you're doing? And if it's because of the technique, then someone can correct you or help you, or you can get some sort of insight and then like course correct so that you don't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
There has to be. You have to be comfortable with your level of skill there and know when you do and don't need help.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a very good question, because I think a lot of the like I wouldn't have thought of it, and yet when you asked, I'm like, yeah, no, definitely. I haven't. Oh, terracotta. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. The terracotta that I'm thinking of is like a course. It's like a 4-day or 3-day event that's happening, like watercolor terracotta, or that has happened. Like it's in the vicinity of happening. Dawn's saying she doesn't really like Skillshare. Miss Ebony has 12 Domestica courses waiting for her. That's the thing. The courses look so good that you end up. I have, I think, 7, 8, maybe. I've done 3. I need to do the others. I wish I could quit my job and just paint. I feel like that sometimes.
So, yeah, on Skillshare, there were a lot of classes that I put into my saved classes list for illustrating cartoons, because I want to draw more cartoony Dawn, made by Dawn. And so, anyway, I found classes about getting to be a better cartoon illustrator, and also I found a class taking pictures of dogs from real life and making them cartoony. So hopefully I'll have time to finish that class before my membership cancels in October.
Oh, yeah. October. Mine ends in, I think, September. I will then see if I will renew it or not. I'm not sure, really and truly, especially like with everything that they're doing, with the creators, which means that people have less of an incentive to actually create classes.
I'm so bummed about that, because I was going to put my watercolor class that I teach at the college up there, and now I'm like, oh, I don't have as much
incentive to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, for ages, like one of my New Year's resolutions last year was like, to create a Skillshare class, or to create a course. And obviously I thought that the easiest way to do that would be through Skillshare, but now I'm like, probably won't do that. Should I do a course at all? I'm not really liking this water that I'm doing. So I don't know, we'll see. I enjoy
Yeah.
some of their classes and I like that some of them are short, but there is like a lot of information. So sometimes it takes me ages finding the course that I actually think would benefit me. It's the only thing about Skillshare. Whereas Domestika, I think they have plenty of courses, not as many as Skillshare, but I feel like they are just better made. I guess the ceiling to actually create a course on there is higher, so you tend to get a lot of professional artists go on there and make courses.
I've never looked at Domestika yet, but check that out eventually.
Yeah, it's good. The only thing I would warn about is that some of the courses are in a different language, so just be sure. I mean,
Okay.
you'll know when you watch the intro and they're like, "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" and you're like, "Ah, Spanish." Well,
Got it.
I actually got so tempted. I bought one of the courses that I am yet to do is actually a Spanish course. Now, I do not speak Spanish, and they have like subtitles and stuff. And it just looks so good that I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll get it, and I'll definitely do it." But obviously, there is a barrier then of like, I don't know. I'm not keen to like be reading subtitles as I'm trying to learn this new skill.
Yes.
But we'll see. I have the course, so I'll do it at some point whenever I feel like learning Spanish as well. Don't really. Let me see if I can see the reference photo. Maybe I can see what I'm doing wrong.
I need to look at your painting. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, can we make both? Can I make both bigger? I can be silent and make it bigger. Hold on.
Oh, but then we can't hear you.
That didn't work. Or this one? No. This one? Anything changing? Nothing's changing for me. This one? My head is giant. No. Okay, I'll show mine. Can you see it?
Now I see your face. Oh, there we go. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'll share yours.
Like your water. Still a little small. There we go.
Is that better?
Nice. Hold the go up a little.
I'll share yours so that we can see. Oh wow. This is my face getting closer to the camera so that I can see. That's wonderful and so light and airy. Mine looks so dark and gloomy.
I wanted
That's
to.
really lovely.
I was going to make mine even like lighter and more vibrant than the picture, but then I kind of forgot what I was doing.
No, you did. It's definitely more vibrant in the picture. I'm seeing Dawn saying that she's got tomorrow's video done and it's good till the end of April. See, that's
No
amazing.
fair.
I'm literally like, I do it on days before it's time. Quite a lot of the time impromptu. My gouache, my last video was that the gouache one was, oh no, the portable painter. I don't know why that took me like months to do. Like I just really kept procrastinating. I felt like I couldn't really, I don't know, do it justice or talk about it. I don't know. I guess I didn't really have like a structure in mind, a proper structure. So it took me forever to edit it and to video it. But yeah, no, I'm always like on the week off, which is actually quite exhausting.
Yeah, I want to get ahead so badly, and I just
Yeah,
haven't been able to.
I wanted to. I'm thinking like, or one of two things. I will either get ahead and have a break that no one notices, or I will have a break that everyone notices and I won't come back until I'm ahead because doing it every week is exhausting and life is getting busier. Like work and stuff is getting busier. So hopefully I will just get myself together and actually be ahead. because I have like loads of ideas and like loads of like half recorded videos and stuff. I just need to actually put them together.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my list of video ideas is endless, but having the time to get them actually done and do them justice, that's what I'm running into. Is I don't want to compromise the quality of
Yeah.
my artwork and B, the video editing. So it's kind of challenging because I still want a video out as often as I'm supposed to.
Yeah. I am running into that same kind of issue. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I really want it to be like good quality, but then am I procrastinating? But then like if I keep going, I won't have a video ready on time, or
Yeah.
or basically what I've just been doing is a lot of the time before editing, I just like haven't slept. Like it's just the hours aren't making sense. So I'll just end up like recording through editing through the night, and it's just not sustainable long term. So I need to like, I would love to be like a month ahead. That would be insane.
Wouldn't that be nice? So Pre-Raphaelite, did I say that right? You asked how I'm getting on with Isaro. So I used them only once more since then, and that was enjoyable. Definitely enjoyable. I need to make room. Someone in the comments told me how to fit one more full pan in the palette, and I think I would like to make one more color. And for the life of me, don't ask me what color that was because I can't remember, but one more convenience color in that, and I think I'd be pretty happy with that little palette. And the paints are nice. They do take more effort to re-wet than like the Mission Gold and Core and Rosa Gallery, but they're not horrible.
I think when I saw your video, I got tempted by them as well because they're quite affordable.
Right.
It's like, why haven't I tried these before? My like basket is, full of things that, and well, now I keep moving things to like favorites as well, like on Jackson's. So favorites has like Isaro, but my basket currently is the Neocolor. I want to get more Neocolor 2s and Neocolor 1s that I haven't got at all. But we will see because they are thing. Will you try Pre-Raphaelite is asking you, will you try Pre-Raphaelite? Pre-Raphaelite. Will you try Isaro paints as well?
The oil paints, not at this point because of my no-buy, first of all. So the no-buy won't allow me to get them. Plus, I have so many oil paints. And then in the video that's supposed to come out next week, I was gifted a bunch more oil paints by someone very generous in my life. And I have enough oil paints to last for quite a while now. So not to mention all the oil paints from my childhood. I still have all of those. And then I inherited my grandma's oil paints. So I need to use some up first. So it would be, it'd be fun to try all the brands again, but I'm going to resist on oil paints. Luckily on oil paints, I can resist better than I can with watercolor. But
yeah, I haven't tried oils yet. I don't even know if I will ever. Okay, ever will sounds so like dramatic, but but it's just the time. Like the time. I am not a patient, painter, and the idea of letting oil cure for days, weeks is a lot for me.
yeah,
My dad was like, "Oh yeah." My dad was like, yeah, no, buy oils. Like he's really because he's seen like these grand oil paintings. So he's like, oh, once you get oils, you'll be able to create these like grand, 2 feet by 3 feet masterpieces in oil. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
that will literally not be me. So I don't know. I have like what's it called? Water mixable oils.
Yeah.
Oil paints. I haven't tried those yet either. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I may just end up being happy with what I have, or maybe once I'm in my once I'm settled, once I don't have to move every year, and I have a dedicated art space, like an art room in my dreams, then maybe I can have, an easel that holds an oil painting that I paint over the course of a year. But
Yeah. So you're also asking about water mixable oils. So we use water mixable oils exclusively in the college class that I teach for oil painting. And so the brand that we are using is Cobra, and they're quite nice, actually. So they are ones I can recommend. You still, there's still the colors that some are softer than others and some are harder. So you use more medium with some of the colors than you do with the others, but they work pretty well. I'm enjoying that process.
whereas I have, but have not used yet, the Winsor & Newton ones. My strategy for starting anything new, like any new medium, is usually start with Winsor & Newton because I feel like they're relatively legit. Although in retrospect, like I don't actually know. I haven't seen anyone else use them. I've seen Cobra. Is Golden the acrylics, or do they do oils as well? Maybe it's just acrylics, actually.
Gosh, I would think Golden does oils, but if so, I haven't seen them either. But a lot of the oil paints that I have from growing up are Winsor & Newton, or Winton, the student grade version of Winsor & Newton.
Oh. God, I love that paint lasts a long time.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like that's also taken the edge, like the pressure off me actually experimenting with them, because it's like, oh, they'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fun because I bought those monstrously huge canvases, and I can't wait to paint them. And you're right, Moni. It's perfectly acceptable for an oil painting to take weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah, I have those giant canvases as well. I don't know what I was thinking.
I can't wait to use them, but I'm also kind of terrified. But anyway, so when I was doing my oil paintings this week, I was using my regular oils, and oh man, you can just walk in the house and smell them, even though I had the air purifiers going, window cracked. So the water mixable oils are so much more enjoyable. They do still have a smell, but it is probably 90% less than regular oils. So when I get done with all of these oils, which will never happen, I would probably switch over to them just because the smell. I never used to be bugged by it, but it's just it kind of bugged me this time. And I still have a painting to finish in here with them, and I can't wait for summer till I can have the windows wide open, right, and fans going.
But is it the paints that smell, or the linseed oil, or like
It's
what is?
both.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's definitely, so I supposedly have odorless mineral spirits in my jar for cleaning out my brushes. It is not odorless. Here it is, and it is some stinky stuff. And yes, you can use them in the same painting, but if you touch your brush from your water mixable oil paints to your regular oil paints, then you have to clean that brush with mineral spirits. So that's the only catch, is the brush cleaning part of it.
No, it seems the paintings always do look beautiful. Blanca, are you talking about me? Whose paintings? Hi, Blanca's mom. Hola. That's gracias. She's saying that she's shown her mom our paintings, and she said that our paintings are beautiful, very beautiful.
Aww.
I am catching up. Pre-Raphaelite's asking you, Miranda, you seem to enjoy layering watercolors. What is the biggest thing you keep in mind when you're layering?
keeping my brush strokes minimal, very, very minimal. I don't want to keep going over that because A, it pulls up the paper, and B, it just doesn't look as nice.
Whereas I don't tend to layer at all. Or like one layer and I'm done. I don't know why. I think that was one of the things I enjoyed about like Alex Hillcook's is like class, because he's like, oh, in the course he like gets you to layer. I think he does the painting in 3 layers, and that was like one of the first times that I had done like loads of layers. If that, to me, 3 was like massive amount of layers in one piece.
Very cool.
I
do like some fast paintings for sure, but I tend to layer when I'm really trying to be careful and pay attention.
And then Marine's fear that her kids will help when she's not looking, her painting will look completely different. Yeah. Even traditional oils and water-soluble oils in the same piece.
Yeah, that's where I was telling. Yeah, I don't know if that comment came in late, but I did answer that. Yes, you can. You just have to then clean your brush with mineral spirits instead of water.
I saw your message before. I mentioned that I would be happy to introduce daggers and swords, but not I haven't really seen them in like mixed media brushes or not gouache brushes or like acrylic brushes. I wouldn't use watercolor brushes for it, but I wouldn't mind trying the daggers for gouache, because I really like the dagger shape. Like, I don't know, like I really enjoy it. So if I see, because I've seen like almost kind of daggers, but they're like short and fat. I don't want that shape. I want like long. I want long, but not as long as a sword, and dagger shape, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would definitely try it. Oh, thank you so much, Paolo. Have a lovely evening and good night, Dawn. Sounds medievally violent.
Bye, guys. Yeah, it's been on a long time. I appreciate you guys all being here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're at 2 hours.
I didn't even realize that until people are saying goodbye. I'm like, how long has it been? I could just like stay here all day.
Me and you both.
It's so
You know,
fun.
the longest live stream I've done was 6 hours.
Yeah.
Kudos to the OGs who were here, and yeah.
I looked at that
that,
like, do I let this play in the background when I'm painting or not?
After that, I was completely wrecked. I was absolutely exhausted. I didn't go to bed, but I was also like really excited. Like,
Yeah.
so I didn't even go to bed straight away. I think I went on like Discord to talk to like Kofi members and stuff, and they were like, "You need to go to bed. You have
Take
to."
care of you.
Yeah, they're literally like, "What are you doing? How are you still awake?" Because they were in the live stream as well. They're like, "You need to go to bed." I was like, "Oh, but there's so much to do. Life is so grand." But yeah, I was super excited.
Yeah, I love painting with people. It's so fun. I started a watercolor group or a painting group here, and I invite all my students too. So if you've been in a class of mine, you get invited to this local get together. So we get together twice a month and just paint at someone's house, and it's
That's
fun.
so cool.
Yeah, it's really refreshing, to be with people and laugh.
Yeah, and actually paint like physically. I can't even imagine that. I've never done anything quite like that, but I would love to.
It's nice.
Can you imagine me hosting people? Hey, everyone is in London, Kent, Surrey, come to my house. I don't know if that would be legit.
Yeah,
let's
that's
stay
one
together.
cool advantage of teaching the classes is everyone's local, so you can just make them come.
I want to make things slightly lighter. And
trying to figure out
oh,
which direction to go here.
Pre-Raphaelite's asking about your Lightfast test in the window.
Need the paints that fade in the window. You know, that's something that I need to do because I only have the swatches in the window. I don't have them anywhere else in the room. And I was going to paint a painting with those Spirifarb and those horrible watercolors and just put it somewhere in like a normal location in the room and see how quickly it faded, because those were gone in like 3 months. And I haven't taken the time to paint that painting yet because it takes time. So that's something I'd like to do for sure in the future, is to be able to answer that question.
Yeah, and I thank you for it because I will never do that test. so I would love to know your answers.
The bad part is I have like 10 more brands I need to get swatched and put in the window. So I'm thinking maybe this month's Patreon live stream will be doing those swatches because I need to get them done and I don't have a lot of extra time. And they take 10 brands would probably take me 6 or so hours to swatch out for the window. So I'm going to have to do that in my live streams, I think.
I think that would work. And people like live streams.
Yeah.
I wonder, because I think, yeah, because I have paints to swatch out as well. I'm trying to complete like a inventory directory of all the colors I have kind of thing.
Good idea.
Which is involving a lot of swatching. And I don't know, I tend to put off swatching because I'd rather like paint.
I know. Yeah.
It's like, oh, so it's taking me so long.
Find another power cord here. All my devices are like, this has been a while.
Overheating.
I'm gonna die. There we go. There we go. Plugged in. Cool. All right. Oh, you're cuddling with your dog. I love that. Swatching live streams, you're there for it. Oh, good.
Fantastic.
When I can't pull my video together in time, I'll do a live stream and we'll swatch some new colors to put in the window. Love it.
That's actually like a fantastic idea because it's like it'll be 2 birds, 1 stone, super relaxing.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
It might be the only way that I actually get to do my swatches.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of accountability, otherwise I keep putting it off.
It's easy to put off because you know it's going to take a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's why I like when I get my new watercolors, doing my watercolor project swatches right then, because this will just get it done. And share that with everyone. That's tomorrow's video. Spoiler. We're still on Mission Gold, sorry, but that's the footage I've had to do. But I love it, actually. I think it's really
it'll be good to see. They also have a gouache, which that's something that I want to try. But
the Jello?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But I can't find it outside of South Korea. Oh. Just making sure we're saying the right one. Yeah, so it's so I haven't been able to find it.
Dang.
As in, like, they don't seem to sell it outside of there. I don't know why. But the second that they do, I'm on that. Or alternatively, I know I have a friend whose parents are in South Korea. So maybe the next time she goes to visit them, I'll ask for a favor to like buy some, come back.
Yes.
But then also, I'm almost like, do I want to fall in love with something that I can't get unless I literally travel to South Korea and buy it myself?
Oh, that would be a bummer, but maybe it'll last a long time.
Yeah. That is also true.
I just want to tell you, Sketches, that I am so glad, because you have a busy life, that you decided to start a YouTube channel because it has really been great for all of us. We get to watch you and your fun style, and I just love it. So I'm really glad you decided to do
You're
that.
so kind, honestly. No, thank you. Not only that, like I obviously when I started, I didn't anticipate that there would be this like super cute art community with you, with Moni, with creating cute art with Made by Dawn. Like I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
And obviously everyone who watches as well, like being able to recognize names and to know like what kind of art people do and what we all love has been so wonderful, and it's honestly um what's kept me going. Otherwise I would have quit. I would have quit YouTube a long time ago.
So glad you didn't.
But I did not, and in a very big part of that is you guys um keeping me going, so
The
I am
art.
grateful to you.
Yeah, I've been really grateful for the community. I am surprised by it as well. I didn't even know it was a thing. Like I saw that Hello Alice and Chloe Rose and Super Ray Dizzle, they kind of got together at a YouTube conference. I'm like, oh, that's kind of fun. Just
Mm.
thought that would be a possibility for me to like make all these awesome YouTube friends. So pre-Raphaelite, am I saying that right? Your question about the art box takeover. I thought of it like 5 or 6 months ago, and I looked up the hashtag, and it was still going. And I tried to catch up on some of the videos, and then I forgot about it again. So now that you've brought it up, I'm going to write this down. I need to go do the hashtag because supposedly everyone's using that hashtag artbox takeover, and we need to see where it's at. I should do a little video on my channel and update. That was so much fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
fun to watch as well.
got a note.
And let's see. Dying for you to use the two rivers. Yes, I will. I wanted to make a sketchbook out of it, which is what's taken me so long. But I think I may just give up on that, cut it into pieces, and just use it as sheets. Because I keep, I've been meaning to make a sketchbook for a long time now. But when I met up with that subscriber, she makes her own sketchbooks, and she gave me like some really good advice on how to do that. So we will see. We'll see. I wanted to make some swatch cards, but ended up making a monochrome paintings. I completely understand that Phil's art journey. Like, it's literally there's something about I think what gets me about swatching more so than anything is writing down all that information. Like, I think it's the writing that I'm not looking forward to. The painting itself is fine, but obviously before I do that, like, you can't just watch me write for 3 hours. So I'll have to like write everything out and then calm and then do the swatches. That's the bit that I'm really dreading. And I don't have a printer that works. Yeah, that's actually where that sentence ends. I was going to say I don't have a printer that can print on watercolor paper, but that's not true. I just don't have a working printer that could just do that for me. Moni is so sweet. We love you too, Moni. I'm very glad that you're part of this awesome community. Aw. Feeling lots of love in the chat for both of us. Thank you. Thank you, Blanca and Moni. Brianna saying she's made a couple of sketchbooks and the book binding is very relaxing. See, I imagine it would be. I don't know what's putting me off. I think it is the time commitment. It feels like it would be long. Like, it will take a long time.
Yeah. I like buying the books other people make.
Mm. Yeah, I've got all the materials as well, so it's not even like a I was convinced myself, like, look, I have the paper, I have the like bees thread, I have the needles. The only thing I don't have is like a book press because it seemed, extreme for me to spend over £100 buying something when I haven't made a single book. But I can use like books and stuff to add weight, to add more pressure. I just need that's a lot darker than I wanted. I just need to make it basically. Is it cheaper? It's definitely cheaper to make your own sketchbooks. If you buy sheets and you cut them up, it will be a lot cheaper um, than trying to buy that sketchbook, especially because a lot of them will be handmade, no? So the alternative would be to buy a handmade sketchbook with like Saunders or Arches or something else.
I think my son is home from work, so if you hear some doors or whatever, that's what just him coming in. My Riley. He's been on my channel before. Yeah, ruining the paper trying to bind it. Yeah. I know. I worry about that too, like wearing gloves and being careful, and yeah, I feel you.
I don't know. I haven't seen I've seen one person wear gloves when making books. Other people I haven't really, but I guess it would make sense if you don't want to like get your fingerprints all over it. Maybe do like one sketchbook trial run with like cellulose paper that's the same weight, if that makes sense.
That's a good idea.
And then worth the sketchbook with all the papers. Yeah, I've bought, honestly, it's just the time. The time commitment is what's putting me off. And I know I'm actually not that busy. Like I do have a lot of free time. I do procrastinate a lot. So it's not even like, oh my gosh, I'm so crazy busy. I'll never be able to make a sketchbook. It's like when I have time and I'm doing nothing, I'm like, oh, let me just do nothing. I'm not very good at like, I won't like watch TV and bind a book. There was a time actually where I told myself when I used to knit. So I told myself that the only way I could watch TV would be if I was knitting at the same time. I had to make something at the same time as I was watching TV. So I would like knit scarves, toys, hats, tiny jumpers, vests, anything, because I watched so much TV.
That's awesome. I love knitting as well.
Do you? I then moved on to crocheting because I was like, crocheting is faster than knitting.
Yeah. I just put this color over here thinking it was going to glaze like watercolor, and it's like super bright. Yeah, this isn't watercolor. Oh, that's so fun. Okay.
And watercolors, you stretch your own sketchbooks. Do you mean that you stretch the paper and then make sketchbooks out of them?
That's what I was going to ask also.
I could never. Oh, no. Oh, wait. I stitch. She means stitch.
Stitch.
They mean a stitch. Not stretch.
I was like, that's impressive.
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't. So Moni's asking, finally checked Baohong on AliExpress, and no matter what seller I check, A3 format or even A4 is more expensive than Saunders. Whoa, no, shouldn't be. Is that normal? No, it's not normal. No. For a block. Not for a block, but for a glued pad. Sorry, I realized that I didn't know if you were a she or a he, so I corrected today. I was like, she, he? No, they. He. My bad. Yes, you can make your own watercolor block. And let me see AliExpress. The thing is that the prices started changing. The other place, is it like Paper Pal or something like that? They also have Bao Hong paper, which is more affordable. I'm just checking for you to see how much it costs for me. Moni Bao Hong watercolor. Paper. The alternate, because I know they're also. Oh, there's another. Okay. I may have to check later. Reasons unknown. My AliExpress is currently in Russian. Not 100% sure what's going on. Yeah, Moni, I'll check and I will and I will message you on why is it Cyrillic? Is that what's called? You know the different characters? Okay, so I can see some now actually. Because the prices keep going up and up and up. But there's I've seen it in another place. What's it called? In a Spanish store. They also have Bahong. I was going to see if that would be cheaper. My internet is very slow because we're streaming, so we're pushing it. So just trying to see if they have, you know how they have like their other names, 12K, 16K, 8K. What kind of size are we talking? 12K is 26 by something. 16 is 20. We're getting smaller, aren't we? Yeah, smaller. I can't see the really big ones. I may have to stationary power, but only A5 or A4. I'll double check and let you know, Moni. I do think that the prices went up recently everywhere, even like Jackson's prices are annoyingly higher than they used to be. But when I find it out, yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but then it changed back to English. You got Jackson's in Russian yesterday. What is going on? That was a little bit disconcerting, but I was just like, oh, that's random. That hasn't happened before. And then I could change it. Everything is going up, unfortunately, even here in America. I know it's so expensive. Oh, very warm. Yeah, no, I didn't translate it either. It literally went from English to Russian and then back.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have I know I don't have the big sizes, Moni. The biggest size I have is like A4 size, slightly smaller than A4. Exchange rates are through the roof. Everything, alas. Hopefully, well, I'm sure, with time things will get better, right? Like, can't continue like this forever, she says optimistically.
Phew. I can feel my energy level waning, so it might be time to quit. I'm not done though. I'm worried if we don't finish this on a live stream that
No, if you don't finish it, just send me the picture when it's done, or maybe like post it on your community tab.
Yeah, that'll be the problem. When will it be done? Through my brush. Have to make another live stream with you to make it happen.
You're like part 2. No, especially for me, if I don't finish it in one sitting, it's not getting done. So but for me, like I feel like I'm pretty much done. I'm just adding non-detailed details.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, Can you make yours bigger? I wanna see yours.
You can try and. Can you see it?
Hang on. Oh yeah. Nice.
Telling myself to stop looking at Amazon. Yeah, I need to. Amazon oddly enough, doesn't sell bao hong for an affordable price. It sells it for ridiculously high. Part of me feels like they're doing money laundering because because the prices are so ridiculously high. I'm talking like £150 or something for like a block. There's no way. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the prices don't even make sense. I don't know if it's literally that high because they don't want to take off the listing and they don't have the stock, so they know no one will buy it, or if they're selling something else under the name of bao hong. That's my personal opinion.
Interesting.
I'm sure it's probably the former and they just don't want people to buy it yet because I feel like they don't want it to be a new listing, maybe. Yeah, really, really high. No one would ever pay that for that. Like it's not even like, oh, they've added £10 or something, so they're making it more expensive. It's just such a ridiculously high price that you wouldn't. Oh, it's full screen now. That you wouldn't buy it unless you have no idea about watercolor paper at all. But then why would you go for the most expensive paper that's like 3 times everything else? The sketches, it might be a Studio Gilby scene. I know it's like bear in mind, half the time I didn't have the reference, so I'm trying to like keep the essence of the reference. Even if I don't quite have it. But for me, still on Amazon. What are you looking for on Amazon, Miss Ebony? Exactly. Just buy single sheets and make your own sketchbook. Yeah, no, that's why I buy my bao hong from AliExpress. I should actually buy some more because I finished one block and I'm halfway through the second block, which means I have one block left after that. And it takes a month to arrive.
Ouch.
Yeah. I can't wait for them to make it more accessible. Jackson's back in the day used to sell the big blocks, and when I checked, it was something like 31 by 41 centimeters for like £17. And now it's not that price. It's not available from them, and I can't even find that size anymore. Class action against Amazon for making us addicted to buying stuff. Is that next day delivery, man? That free, especially because I'm Prime. Now, anytime if it says that it's going to take longer than a day to come, I'm genuinely confused. I'm just like, I don't understand. What am I supposed to do in the meantime?
Oh, that's so funny. That's awesome.
Like honestly, I don't like. Are they breaking around? Was it Christmas or after Christmas or something? It said 3 working days. I was like, this is completely unacceptable. So how could people survive like this? You forget that that's like the norm.
Oh, geez, man, I ordered.
From
Takes a week.
a week for Amazon.
Quite often, yeah, and I'm Prime as well, but I just live in a rural area, I guess.
Oh my gosh. No, even my Jacksons I get next day.
Wow.
As in, like if you go, because quite often like I'll save all this wish list stuff until I have enough to like do a big shop, and then it goes over their threshold, so they give 3 free next day delivery.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, where were you when I bought the skin tone or hoo markers that I didn't need, Melissa? Oh gosh, that's so funny. I've just tried alcohol markers for the first time. The video that I want to put up um, this weekend is actually like my experiments with the portraits. So it's basically based on the portrait challenge that I'm doing or that I've done on Kofi. And I'll
Nice.
just do like almost like a sketchbook tour slash art haul, unsure, to be decided. But one of the things that I tried was alcohol markers, although I didn't record my process of recording said alcohol markers because I knew that eh, it wouldn't be my finest work. I was Melissa replies, I was buying the new acrylic markers. No shame here, whatever makes you happy, I'm happy to support. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. I kind of wanted it lighter, but I don't know how to do that without ruining everything.
I am not done, but I am at my limit, I think, with
With streaming.
in one day. I feel my eyes wanting to close, and it's only 4:41 here in the afternoon.
Impressive. To be fair, streaming takes a lot of energy because you're reading, you're painting, you're chatting. To be proud sketches. Thank you, Miss Ebony.
So I'm gonna spray this with my Hemi mold spray and see what happens again. See if I can open it with no mold again.
Oh, what paints do you have in there?
The Holbein are the ones that don't mold in here, and the ones I get mold on are the 4 mg ones.
Yeah.
I have 4 or 5 mg ones in here, and they mold. Although not this last time. It's been a week or two since I got this spray, and I think 2 weeks, and it's not molding. So I'm gonna spray them and then see what happens when I actually pull this out to finish this painting.
Whenever that may be. I love your painting. Let me make it bigger. Oh, thank you so much, Astroglio. Going to do taxes now. Everyone enjoy the stream. Good luck, Melissa.
Oh yeah, good luck with taxes. I have to do that too at some point. Dang it, why'd you remind me?
Oh, your painting looks beautiful.
Oh, thanks. I've never painted this before, even though I grew up with it, but so it's kind of fun. I wondered if it would be hard and intricate, but it's not really. I think it's just, I'm kind of skipping around all over the place.
No, it's lovely. But yeah, I think sketches. Yeah, they're noting the difference. Mine has a rushing river, yours is calm, but I have no fire this time. I know it's a lot calmer. Thank you so much. Thank you, Diane and Miss Ebony. Astrid thank you. There's clove oil and water.
That's what I tried that's what I very first had in here was clove oil and water, and didn't work. But I used my tap water at that time. This time I have all distilled water here, so might work better.
What's the Hemi thing that you're using now?
It's Hemi mold spray. So this comes now with some of the Hemi gouache jelly cup sets. And so one of my friend viewers sent this to me because she had a huge bottle of it. So she put some in a little bottle and sent it to me. It was so awesome. And appears to be working.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's working. I've been using the clove pod oil as well, but I don't have any M. Graham. I know quite a few people are having issues with M. Graham molding.
Yeah, I wonder, it's got to be something in the makeup of it. So if I keep this palette going, I'm going to replace the few Imgram paints that I have in here with Holbein because they seem to be okay. And just use my Imgram straight from the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my plan going forward.
But thank you so much for doing this live stream with me.
For inviting
I
me. It was
really
such
enjoyed
an honor.
And thank you so much to everyone for watching, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on the replay. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to check out Miranda's art channel, which is Miranda Alkali Creek Art. Alkali. Yeah, I said it right? But yeah, do they put honey in their gouache too? They do indeed, Miss Ebony. That might be why they mold, but I'm not sure. Where do we go next? It's over already.
Oh.
I know. If I had like more energy, I would keep going. We'll
Me
see.
too.
But I feel like I've held you guys ransom enough. But don't worry, as we have established, soon to come, there will be like swatching live streams and they can just go on and on and on as we swatch and chat and relax and let our hair down.
Such a good idea.
But I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, evening, night, day. Thank you so much, Miranda.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sketches.
You're more than welcome. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.